Hey friends, what's up? Karibuni tena sana to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, it's Miss Steppo. I'm one of the friends, child. You know the vibes, so I'm ready. Do you know what I mean? Just here to enjoy myself. Just want to be me. Looking lush, feeling beautiful today. Anyways, if you're new here, welcome to the family and thank you so much for joining in. As you guys can see from the title of the video, child, we are going to do a little bit of a chit chat and we are going to be talking about the reality of female friendships. Now, I've been getting a lot of feedback that you guys generally enjoy, like get ready with me's and all that jazz. So that's what we're gonna be doing, child, because I listen. The babes listens. Here we are. Anyways, without further much ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, first things first, I want to address a few things. I'm wearing this cute, it's actually a dress. I wore this for my 20th birthday and I haven't worn it ever since, and I was like, cha, who's, you know, this year has already been rough, so I might as well look cute. Period. So actually the look that I'm going to be doing is actually inspired by this dress and another makeup artist that I love. She's called Tiffany J. If y'all have seen her on Instagram, you know the babes cut them creases. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be creating one of her looks and it's also in line with this purple, more like pastel type of vibe, you know. Okay, also before we start, I want to tell you, I know I've been saying we're going to be doing the normal upload on Sunday and then the other upload on Wednesday, which would probably be a weekly vlog. But to be very honest, friends, my weeks are just all over the place. So what you're going to be getting is 2 uploads. I'm going to try and be consistent. And it's gonna be like normal uploads, not weekly vlog, then normal uploads. You understand? If there's a weekly vlog, then it will go up on Wednesday. And if there's another upload, child, it could go up on Wednesday and Sunday. Okay, so first thing we're going to be priming my face, and we're going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. Okay, so I'm just gonna go a little dabble. I don't know if I should do my face first or I do my eyes first and then we do my face, but anyways, let's just prime, and then I think we're going to do my eyes. It's nothing complicated, but it's just like a simple purple, you know, lilac pastel moment. Do you know what I mean, babes? So yeah, so I brought you closer so that y'all can see what I'm going to be doing on my eyes. The first thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be priming my lids, and we're going to be going in with my P. Louis base, child. I love this stuff. You could always use like concealer to like prime your lids just before you start doing your eyeshadow, but this bad boy right here, oh child, she does what needs to be done. She gives what needs to be got. And I want to apologize if you start hearing noises, chickens and all that jazz. Sweetie, it's been a rough morning. So yeah, so I'm just going to prime my lids. A little goes a long way, child. And then we're going to be going in with my Bespoke brushes, and then we're just going to blend that eye primer in. Okay friends, so now that the lids are primed and ready, we're going to be using my we're going to be using my BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette. If you're ever looking for a palette that has a lot of colors, that's if you want to try playing with colors, and I mean bright colors, child, because look at this. Do you see this? It has like pinks and reds and yellow, oranges, greens, blues and purples at the end. So yeah, it has a few shimmers, but that's about it. But I love this palette for like if you're trying to play with color. So the first thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be taking one of these shades, child. We're going to be dipping into this rich purple. I'm just going to tap that in to my inner corner of my eyelid, actually my outer corner, sorry. And then we're just gonna throw that shade and soak, throw that ass and soak. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. No, just nothing major, by the way. And then we're going to drag her to like the inner corners. We're going to take another brush and then we are going to dip into a blue shade because I want it to become like darker. You understand? Like real dark. And I know blue is going to like help. You see that? Yeah, that's what we want, child. That's what we want, honey. So yeah, I'm just going to dip a blue. And then yeah, just go around in circles. Do the same for the other eye. Period. And then we are going to take a smaller brush and then we're going to dip into like a bright pink. And I want this, I'm just going to tap it on the ends like that, like so, because we're trying to create a gradient. And then we're going to take another brush and now we're just going to blend the pink like on the outer corners. This purple, this nice lilac. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take my Pilui base and a flat brush, and then we're not necessarily going to be cutting the crease, but we're just going to be just tapping a little bit, just a little bit, you know, just like around this area, you know, like at the front. Tapping that in, child. Tapping that purple in. So I'm going to pop on a lash and then my primer I'm sure by now has like set. So then I'm gonna come back. Okay friends, so the eyes are basically done. Nothing major, it's just like a simple purple type of vibe. Anyways, so we're going to be using my NYX foundation, and this is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. So I don't even know where to start. I think this video was actually inspired by another influencer. She's called Zana. She's a British influencer and she does fitness and I think lifestyle, and I had seen her I'd watched this video of hers. I think I watched this video like last year or something. So even when I was deciding to do this video, I was like, oh yeah, I remember Zana had done something similar. And then also the group, what is it called, Uke had done, I don't know if it's Uke Webcast, the girls, yeah, they had done a video similar to this one, talking about friendships, and I think theirs was more on boundaries. And there was something that I don't remember who said it in the group, and today I'm going to be using a beauty blend actually to blend my foundation. I think I miss that type of, you know, feel. So I think it was in that group that I saw they were talking about friendship and boundaries, and one of them mentioned that it is important to talk about friendships because, I mean, a lot of the times you hear more of our attention is towards relationships and all that, but we rarely talk about friendships. Like friendships are not given like the same energy. And I think they continue to say how if people actually took friendships seriously the way they took relationships, then, you know, most of our friendships would be fulfilling. And, you know, so I think the first thing that I wanted to say is that, and from me, I'm talking from a personal experience. So yeah, I think I've come to learn a lot about friendships, and especially friendships among women or girls and stuff. And I think social media gives us, media in general has always presented to us like a glamorized idea of friendships. When you think about it, even from the shows we watch, when we watch shows like Girlfriends, we have Lynn, Joan, Maya and Tony, and these are like 4 group of friends who, you know, a lot of their lives are very much interconnected and they're always chilling together. When you think of the popular sitcom show Friends, I mean, of course that one has like guys involved, but the girls in that group, Phoebe, Monica, Rachel, you know, they also have like their own type of dynamic going on. When we think of other sitcom shows, like I've not really watched what is this called, Fresh Prince, so I can't really speak much on it, but this show Martin, when we think of the two friends Gina and Pam, they also had their own dynamic. When you think of Sex and the City, all the babes have their own friendship dynamic, but when it comes to reality, I don't know, friendships really like that. I mean, I know it's a show, but you see, the thing with these shows are supposed to almost reflect things that actually happen in society. And I think for me, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I have an amazing group of friends, but I don't know if it's just me, but I don't have that group per se, group of girls that we can go and hang out together. Because when I think about it, my very close female friendships, all my friends are from different places. There are those that there are two of them that are from high school, which are even going to get into it, and then there are two others that I met in uni, and I have other friends that I've met at other places, and I don't have this one big circle of girlfriends who we can just always meet and chat, and and actually everyone is close, and you understand. So I think that is one thing that I came to note. And then even when we think about friendships in primary and also in high school, they were different friends for different reasons. And I think I came to realize, I don't know if it was just me, but when I was younger, there were friends that I had in primary school, and I genuinely thought we were going to be friends forever. And then after we cleared from primary school, we just lost touch. And when I'm younger, Steph sometimes used to feel guilty. I always felt the need of probably wanting to reach out and wanting to ask how my primary school mate is, because we were in primary school together and all of that stuff. And then I came to high school, and in high school I met amazing girls and genuinely friends. There are some of those babes I was like, nitasimamia harusi yako, I'm going to be the maid of honor. But now we barely speak. And I think now the second thing is that friendships ebb and flow. There's not just this one defined group of people who are from here until the end of time. You understand? Friendships ebb and flow. The friendships that you had in primary, they came, they went. The ones that you had in secondary, they came and they went. Which is funny, because even when I was in high school, I used to think, because in high school, of course, I was in a girls' school and I had a lot of friends, and I was like, yes, we're going to be friends forever. And then now I only speak to two, and maybe two more occasionally. The ones I frequently speak to are two. And I wonder what happened to the rest. And it's not that we have beef or anything, it's just that we don't talk anymore, So I think there are these old-fashioned expectations about friendship that don't necessarily reflect the contemporary realities that are there now. For concealer, I'm going to be using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I love this, and I'm in the shade Dark 46. So that's what I'm going to be using. So what was the last thing that I was saying? Yeah, that old-fashioned expectations about friendship, they don't necessarily reflect the actual realities of things, that you're going to be together forever and stuff. And as I was saying earlier, if you have that type of girls group of y'all who have known each other for so long and all of you are close and all, I mean, that's nice. You know what, at least you have that. But majority of people, they don't have that. So another thing that I've come to learn even about female friendships, and sometimes even when I look at this, how you go through your Instagram and there are people who you have come to know because they're always hanging out with someone and stuff, and there are sometimes I see some girls who are always hanging out together, and they have this girls night out and I don't know what, of all these people who are so close and they have been friends for how long. But then sometimes when you hear the stories that go, of the stories that you hear of people within these big ass groups or these big ass cliques, and how they talk about each other, and you're like, that's weird, that's suspicious, that's weird. So okay, as I was telling you guys, I went to a girls' high school. So after we finished, the choice of school, because I think out of like the friends I knew, I was probably the only one who went to USIU. Everybody else, I'm telling you guys, the whole bloody class was in Strathmore. So I think when I was coming to USIU, friend, I was really trying to fit in. I really wanted, and also I think even in USIU sometimes you're gonna see people working in groups, or a certain type of people who are always hanging out together, and I was like, yeah. So I met these girls and I started hanging out together and friends. We were like 6 people always working together and stuff, until of course I fell out with one of them over such a small thing, and then I eventually, I don't want to say I fell out of that group. And yeah, and I remember for a while, or like, yeah, for a while before I met and some other babes, some other girls, another very good friend of mine, I was a loner. Like, I didn't necessarily, like, I knew people, but like I used to feel so out of place just sitting and hanging out with people. And you'd think because I'm a social butterfly, I would be like, oh my gosh, hi, like there's that, but there was really nothing beyond that, you get. So yeah, and this is what I use to contour my face. So yeah. And something else I remember about myself in high school was that I never really wanted to be in bad books with anyone. Friends, I was going out of my way to make sure that like I don't have beef with someone, or someone doesn't have an quote-unquote issue with me. You know, I was trying so hard and I was doing the absolute most, you know, to be in good books with people and stuff. So yeah, but now when I think about it, I'm like, it's growth, because now I come to realize it's okay for someone to feel a particular type of way, and you don't have to go out of your way to, you know, explain yourself or find a reason to justify things, you get. So yeah, there's that. Now I think the next thing that I wanted to talk about, if I keep looking down, it's actually because I wrote these things down, child. Sweetie did her research. So I was watching a TED talk of a lady. I don't really remember if I put down her name, but it's a professor, and I'm going to link the video down below. And there's something she calls Frientimacy. So the video basically talked about the importance of having that intimate connection, and I don't mean intimate, I mean like the basic intimacy that should be there, and friendship, and that's what she called it, Frientimacy. And I think she talked about 3 things, and she said these are like the basics of like a friendship triangle, or these are the things that actually build a friendship. And I think the first thing that she said was positivity. And I think how she explained it, she said something along the lines of, when you are seeking, or in general human beings, how friendships are made, it's because someone was actually being positive. You understand? It could either start from a compliment, a conversation, and stuff like that. Like, nobody sits down and wakes up and is like, oh, I can't wait to meet someone who's so cranky and so moody and who hates themselves. And you understand? So there's that aspect of positivity. And then I think the second one that she talked about was consistency. So how consistent are you in your friendships? So for example, like and I think in consistency, a lot of the times we think of consistency and we think, oh, she's probably referring to how many times you talk. And of course you guys have had that debate of, oh, if we're friends we don't have to talk every day, you have to understand that, blah 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 blah, which to some extent has a weight to it, because I for one don't talk to my very close friends every single day. By the way, I feel like we can even go a week without talking, you know, but we occasionally reach out here and there. Of course, because of people have different schedules, there's so many factors that weigh in as to why you can't be talking to someone consistently like that. But when it comes to consistency, she also talks about the history you have with friendships. But when I think of that, when it comes to history, I don't want to sound cliche, but I feel like this generation, like us in general, when it comes to history, we have this, we glamorize or we glorify the longevity of friendships and relationships versus actually the quality of these friendships. You hear someone saying you've been friends with someone since you were in primary, and probably they did this something to you that maybe for you, you feel like it's worth it to probably, you know, maybe distance yourself or cut off the friendship, and then someone's like, how, and you guys have been friends for I don't know how long, you know. Or you hear people say, Auntie, I admire how I don't know so and so have been friends for God knows how many years. Well, really, from the outside, you can't necessarily tell the quality of that friendship. You understand? So, but I think again with consistency, it also means like, when you think about it, the way you talk to your friends often, and for example, when you meet someone new, they won't be at your friend unless you guys start talking and you start building a connection. So with the consistency, you get. So yeah, we are going to be going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and it's in the shade Medium Deep, number 30. So yeah, and then the last thing that she talked about when it comes to the friendship triangle was vulnerability. And I know even when I was listening to vulnerability, I was thinking, oh, she probably means like has this person seen you on your lowest, you know, or has this person been there for you at your worst, you know. But then vulnerability not only means when you're, you know, what it generally means when you're actually vulnerable, and when we think of that, we think of like our lowest moments, but it also means during your highest moments. Do you feel some type of way sharing your wins and your successes with someone, you know? Because I have had friendships where if I was feeling like I was happy about something, and then I wanted to share it with someone, but then low-key I'm feeling some type of way. And I remember my sister used to tell me, if you're feeling something like that, then you should probably ask yourself why do you feel comfortable, you know, talking about your lowest moments to someone, but when it comes to your highest moments you feel some type of way, like you don't want to sound like you're bragging and stuff. So if that is happening in your friendships, then that is an element that you need to question. You understand? Why is someone only there for you during your lowest? They should also be there for you and celebrate you at your highest. And I'm glad that my current friendships are like that, you know. Like I don't feel, I say, oh my god, is she going to feel some type of way? Maybe she's been having a bad week, and then I'm coming here and telling her that. I think regardless, your friends should be able to be happy for you, you know. So yeah. Then I'm going to be going in with my Beauty Creations coconut setting spray. I love this baby. Yeah, I'm just going to set in. And then I go in with my beauty blender, and now I set everything in. So yeah, so those frames are the three pillars, or maybe the three, what should I say, the three things that build your friendships. And I'm not saying this that now after this you go and cut off someone, you're like, ha, no, out the door. No, I genuinely think that this video, or watching this video, and even just doing like my research and stuff, helped me evaluate and reevaluate my current friendships. And as much as we are evaluating our current friendships, you also need to like evaluate yourself and ask yourself, like, have I been that good friend? You know, you gotta check yourself, boo. Check yourself. Okay, so for blush, we are going to be going in with my Asmini Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette. This is my, do you see this baby? Chef's kiss. And then me, you know, I love me some blush. I'm just going to tap that in. Oh, do you see that? Yes, give it some arms. So yeah, I think that's basically what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Female friendships are complicated, and I don't want to hear that argument, oh, it depends on the types of friends you have. No, female friendships can actually be difficult. Even when you think about your own female friendships, you get, especially like when friendships have another thing, expectations. How do y'all handle expectations in friendships, you know? So yeah, another thing that I also have remembered, I watched this other video, another TED talk by another lady, and she was talking about how she had this group of friends, yeah, and so I think they were all meeting for lunch at some point, and this was after the December holiday, so that they can catch up on and they can talk about their vacations and just like their careers and stuff like that, yeah. So there were 5, remember there were 5, and then the first person said how their vacation was, the second person, the third person. When it reached the fourth person said something that I think reminded like everyone else of something, and then now they started saying, oh, you know this and blah blah blah. And you know how girls are, you know, the train has left the station. When somebody starts saying, I remember this, yeah, there's no coming back from that. So the fifth babe, now the person who's telling this story, so let's call her Joanne. So Joanne was sitting there and was like, okay, at some point these babes are going to realize that I haven't told, you know, I haven't talked, I haven't like said how my vacation went. And then because the lady who was speaking, I think she was in her 30s and stuff, and so it's her friend group, and a lot of them have like kids and stuff, so they kept on going off, you know, of how I don't know what reminds them of what, blah, blah, blah. And so she was sitting there thinking, okay, at this point one of them will realize, you know, sijasema kitu. And she sat there and she waited, and you know, it reached a point where someone was like, oh my god, I have to go pick up the kids. Someone was like, I have to go see my mom, I don't know. And they ended up leaving, and she left. And on her way home, she was asking herself why she let that happen. I feel, you know, and she started almost like feeling almost like a grudge and some type of way. It's like, do these friends of mine even care about me, you know, and stuff like that. And so I think the point of the video, she was saying how in that moment she was feeling lonely. And I think there was a time I was even saying this, I think once on a live, and I was talking about how you would think that in a time like this where we have social media and people are constantly interacting, that people wouldn't be suffering from loneliness. But I think she was giving us some facts. She was giving us some studies of how it is in this period in time where people are feeling lonely. And you know guys, loneliness is actually a killer disease. I was shocked, I was in tears, child. I was like, huh? You know, so you might be in a friendship with someone, or in these friend groups, and it is at that time that you feel the loneliest, yet you have people surrounding you, you know. So yeah, this is just to let you guys know, please, I hope you guys are being good friends. And of course, there's not really how can I say, there's not really a guidebook to being a good friend. You know, you and your friendships know the functionality, you know how your friendships work. But yeah, that is really it. And honestly, I am loving this look, child. Period. I'm loving it. Just going to make sure my highlight is sitting well. You see that glow. Oh! So yeah, that's about it. Okay, I hope this video is not as long. I hope it's not so long, but yeah. Then for my lips, I think I'm going to, I don't know if I want to pop on a gloss. I think I'm going to wear like a really nice dark purple rich lipstick, and then I'm gonna come back to you guys in a bit. Anyway friends, this is the final look. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Yeah, if you'd like to see more of such videos, please comment down below and tell me, friends, what you trying to let the babes talk about, because I could talk all day and that's some period. Anyways friends, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also don't forget to turn post notifications on to get a notification every time your girl uploads. Until next time guys, bye.